Hey, it's Ricky, and I know this isn't my usual camera that I usually use, but I have decided to use this camera today because I'm at home right now. I don't have access to my film studio or my newsroom, and I figured that this would be easier to just go ahead and give video blog. I mean, it's not about the quality, it's about the words, right? So anyway, I just want to do a video about bullying, and I want to say that I came from a really small school. I still am in a small school, only about 300 kids. So bullying here wasn't that big of an issue. Everybody here is just kind of like mashes into one giant clique. Like there are popular kids and there are the kids who aren't popular, but they put aside their differences and they can all hang out together. It's not like black and white. It's gray, my school, and it's really small. So bullying wasn't that much of a problem for me, but I did get bullied for, and I do have a really big problem for this. Um, Being called a woman. I don't know if anybody else has had this problem, but a gay guy, people think femininity. They were just like, oh, he must walk around like this with his hand out, hand like this, back up straight, butt out. No, that's not it. I can definitely tell you that I'm a guy. I have reproductive organs for a male, but but when people go ahead and say that, I'm like, that's really rude and that's disrespectful. I have been kind of bad too, 'cause it hasn't happened to me that often, so I haven't really called it out yet. But there have been some instances where I wish I would have gone back and called somebody out and they'd be like, hey, that's really disrespectful, that's not cool. And it's kind of hard sometimes, because sometimes if you're like a gay guy and you're like me and you're really small, kind of scrawny, and you're in a room with a bunch of straight guys and they say something like that, you're just kind of like, lol. Like, it's the only thing you can do. I mean, you can stand up for yourself, but some intimidating sometimes. And then I got bullied a little bit because when I finally slipped out of my depression and all that, it took me a while. It took me about 6, 7 months. But it was a summer, and I was like, I need to be happy now, so I started going out a lot. And what I mean by going out in Italy, I was 16. I was going to the bar because it was legal. I was going to the bar. I was going to the clubs. I was going to house parties. I was talking to older people. I mean, I was careful and safe. I was never stupid, with the exception of the one time I got super drunk and threw up on the side of my dad's car. But people bully me like that a lot, and I want to say it was for this reason. I want to say it was because when you think of the stereotypical gay man, you always see alcohol flowing, you see drinks flowing, you see people at clubs, and I think people were starting to think like, yo, that's why he's here. Like, he's not here because he's a straight guy trying to hook up with some girl over here at this club. He's not trying to do that. He's not trying to do that. He's just here, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm here, but I'm here to have fun with my friends, and it's something I still do. I go to the club and I don't try to hook up with people. I'm not trying to have sex with everybody that I see, like some people here. Not everybody, but I got a little bit of like not really bullied, but like teased about it. I don't like I said, I didn't have a really big problem with bullying here. I've had a couple instances actually that I can't talk about because it's been stuff where I can say this. It's been stuff where I've had to talk to my dad's commander, which is like the person who oversees the entire base over here. I've had to talk to my dad's first shirt a couple times about bullying. Some cases where they thought I was bullying, other cases where they thought I was being bullied, if they thought I was doing it, if they thought I was posting stuff. And for the most part, none of it was true. But I just like, I would look around bullying and I'd be like, okay, I don't have the time for that. And this might sound a little bit weird coming from me, somebody who's really open minded and all that, but bullying can be taken out of context. Let me explain. I've been bullied before and all that, but and not that much, but people will see something really innocent. Like say you post, say you're watching, say you're with your friend, and you're just like, say your friend's white, and your white friend is sitting in your living room, and she just happens to spill a coke, and you're like, this white bitch. So maybe you get on Twitter or something because you're on Twitter. Twitter, you just post random thoughts, and you do something like that. Um, a lot of people, you have to be careful about this. I don't know if it's because I have lived here where it's such a small base and people can hold grudges, but you have to be careful because I have literally been called in because of stuff like that. But other than that, not a whole bunch of problems. And I think that I can just end this video on that because I can make this into a completely different video, but I don't have time for that. But that was my little take on bullying. It didn't happen a lot, so I'm kind of new to this. But if you do have any questions or comments, definitely ask me because I've seen bullying happen here personally, but it hasn't happened to me as much. So if you have any questions or comments, just leave them and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks.